How's it going, everyone? Peti Kish here, and today I'm going to be talking about Mortal Kombat 1. So, there was this huge info dump these couple of weeks, and it's been blowing up social media. A lot of channels have been talking about it. And what it is this insider came forward, a leak / rumor, take this with a grain of salt, guys, always do, that Mortal Kombat 1 is not moving forward after the DLC Pack 2.
I'm shocked. This is shocking news. Shocking. I'm shocked.
So the next two characters that are coming out is going to be the last. So there won't be a DLC Pack 3, new characters, old characters, new story arcs. All that is not happening. It's canceled.
Oh no.
So that is very interesting. And a lot of the Mortal Kombat community are upset and they're like, how is this happening? This cannot be. But then there's other people that are more open-minded and understand what is going on. And they're like, yeah, this is not surprising. We saw the writing on the wall. Now it's just official that Mortal Kombat wasn't a success as it was meant to be. The fighting community did not like this game. Or is it because there was just a lot of stuff in there that wasn't actually interesting? This Mortal Kombat was the least interesting from a lot of the older Mortal Kombats. There's a lot of factors that could be happening of why Mortal Kombat failed, and then you saw Street Fighter and Tekken succeed where Mortal Kombat failed, which is actually really upsetting because Mortal Kombat used to be peak, but now it's gone to the point where it lost its essence. It lost its charm of what Mortal Kombat used to be. It's very interesting. Why is Mortal Kombat failing? Why is this happening? We're going to read into this right now. Okay, guys, so I'm on Bonding Into Comics, and they have this article here, and it says, Warner Bros. Allegedly canceling future Mortal Kombat 1 story and character DLC plans due to poor sales of Chaos Regime's expansion pack. Okay, so it is pretty much saying, yes, the expansion pack for this DLC did not sell well. So Warner Bros. Saying, let's can the whole thing. It's not worth it. Too expensive. Let's move on. Let's do another Mortal Kombat. Let's do some sort of different game, NetherRealm Studios. It seems like the game itself is not selling, and as well as these expansion packs are not selling as well. So that's pretty much the whole gist of it seems like, right? But I think there's more to it. But before we do that, I'd love it if you guys can like, share, sub, follow on this channel. Let's push this algorithm forward for more kind of these videos for the future. According to a new whisper from the Outer Rims of Earthrealm, Warner Bros. Games is apparently moving to cancel all their future Mortal Kombat 1 plans, including those related to both new fighters and new story content, due to the apparent sales failure of the game's recent Chaos Regime's expansion pack. Word of an apparent DLC fatality was first raised to the public on November 25th, courtesy of Fatal Unknown, a noted Mortal Kombat 1 specific Reddit scooper whose track record includes the accurate leaking of Li Mei's return as a fighter, that Kenshi would both appear and have the site restored, and the game's dropping of the franchise's crypt mode. Amidst a conversation on the Mortal Kombat leaks subreddit centered on this, speculation by YouTuber Intorlaco that the next character DLC set, or combat pack as the game refers to them as, could likely see the addition of Mortal Kombat fighters Jade, Jarek, Blaze, and a cybernetic Triborg, as well as the heroine of Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Marvel Comics Wolverine to the game's roster. Okay, wow, that's actually very interesting. There's some fan favorites from OG Mortal Kombat games, but also Buffy Vampire Slayer, really weird to pick. Interesting though. And Wolverine, that is really weird too. I don't know about those. Interesting. Responding to the opening post, Fate Unknown simply asserted it is not. And when pressed for details as to whether there was even going to be a Kombat Pack 3, the scooper bluntly added no. Expanding on his information in a separate thread dedicated to his reveal, Fate Unknown further explained Kombat Pack 3 and a second story expansion were planned, all canceled recently. No more characters after Kombat Pack 2. A cameo or two might make it since there has been work done on them. They added, offering players a slight glimmer of hope for some level of future support, but I don't know yet. Pressed for information as to why the third Kombat Pack was no longer in production, Fate Unknown alleged Chaos Regimes sold poorly because the characters in this pack were not as good. It had a lot of third parties, and then it had sex swapped Cyrax and Sector for some reason. When I think in the original, they were very like robotic. They're less humanoid than more robotic. They kind of look like the Predator in some way. They were kind of badass looking. But now they're just women in armor, like suits, I guess. It didn't look good because I saw that and I saw a lot of people actually hating on that. And it is kind of stupid, which, yeah, that's why they're doing the multiverse thing, because they can like switch it out, do different things. And multiverses don't really work out. No, not so much. Not anymore. Multiverses are pretty bad these days. Released on September 24th as Mortal Kombat 1's second overall DLC offering, the Chaos Regime expansion not only brought with it new arenas, skins, and fighters, including Noob Sabat, the current female incarnations of Cyrax and Sector, Scream's Ghostface, Terminator T-1000, and the cinematic Arnold Schwarzenegger version of Conan the Barbarian, but also several new story chapters which pick up in the immediate aftermath of the game's main plot, and see Liu Kang and crew bending together to protect their timeline from a vicious multiverse variant of Havoc. Multiverses don't sell anymore. They're stupid, they're a joke, they're a gimmick. No one likes multiverse stuff no more. This is why I think another reason why it's failing. No one likes multiverse bullshit no more. I'm sorry, I gotta say this. No one cares. Not even mentioning the cameo fighting thing. No one likes really the cameo fighting thing. Yeah, it's a cool concept if you think about it. It's almost like a tag team, but it's just to get a combo going, and it just continues the combo if you hit it perfectly with the cameo. That's all it is. Normies don't want cameo fighters. They just want to play Mortal Kombat 1v1 me and just have fun. You could have made this like a spin-off Mortal Kombat game. Then I would be like, okay, but it's the main title of the next Mortal Kombat pretty much. And I thought this is going to be like a prequel to Mortal Kombat 1, the original, which is not. While these offerings in and of themselves were fairly par for the course, when it came to the Mortal Kombat franchises, usually post-release support, the same could not be said for the expansion price tag, which came in at whopping $50, meaning that players were expected to pay nearly as much as they would for the base game, while only receiving less than a third of its content. Holy moly. There you go, guys. Why did this fail? The DLC characters were expensive. You paid for pretty much the same price as the main game, pretty close to it, and you're getting less. I have the same complaint with Street Fighter, and I think Tekken has the same thing too. We gotta stop the live service bullshit. I'm just saying here. Live service, they keep on feeding us all of these filler. It's just filler until the next new character comes out, DLC. You know, back in the day, you had the fighting game, you played it, and you locked all the fighters at once. You know, kind of like an unlockable thing, and that was it. There was no DLC. There was no connecting online. You just had the fighting game, you locked the characters, or you had the full roster, and that was it. There's nothing more. $5 a character a piece. That's fine. That's okay. But when you're asking $50 for it, like, what am I getting with this? So while many players may have been interested in seeing Conan drive his sword through Goro's forearm torso, its crazy price tag, and to a lesser but still somewhat significant extent, NetherRealm's creative decisions, such as their attempt to sell the idea that the normal human Ghostface could survive in a tournament of superhuman fighters, and their gender swapping of Sarax and Sector, appears to have turned players off from checking out the Chaos Regime's expansion. At current, neither NetherRealm nor Warner Bros. Games have yet offered public comment on their rumored cancellation of Mortal Kombat 1's future DLC. Ed Boon, I think recently on Blue Sky, because of course a lot of people moved to Blue Sky. That's where the new Tumblr group is.
Oh God! Oh God!
He's like, tell me what you guys want. And Ed Boon, there are people like, oh, we heard about the leaks, Ed Boon, what is going on? And he just said the most generic thing ever, like a PR stunt. It felt like there was like a bot taking his place, where he just said, yeah, I hope it continues. Or he something in the vein like that. He said, like, oh, this is what's going on. I hope this character comes back. We want to do more. I hope you guys have fun with it. We'll see you on the next character expansion. Like basic PR stunt like that. Most of them were just, yeah, your game is on fire right now. What's going on? Like, what's happening? Updates, please. Yeah, we'll update you when we have any notices. Like basic stuff like that. So yeah, more and more I think this leak is true. I used to love Mortal Kombat. It used to be an awesome franchise. Same with Street Fighter and Tekken. I love both of those two. The last good Mortal Kombat I played was Mortal Kombat 9. 10 was all right, mid, but I could see where it was becoming very boring. I think it felt like Mortal Kombat was moving forward more cinematic, more, you saw the cinematic story arcs. That's where Mortal Kombat started the cinematic art of stories in fighting games. And now you see that with Tekken 8 and Street Fighter 6. You see not just an arcade mode, now there's actually a real story mode to it. That's where it came to be from Mortal Kombat. I didn't even touch 11, and I didn't touch this one either because it didn't interest me anymore. The gameplay looked stale, and it just I just didn't want to play it no more. There's something about it that didn't feel like Mortal Kombat anymore. It felt like it's trying to be something else entirely. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. And you could see that also with Tekken. They had their ups and downs, and same with Street Fighter. They had their ups and downs. You don't even get me started with Street Fighter 5. Oh my gosh. I remember getting that like first day, super disappointed. But then it got better over time. They redeemed themselves in Street Fighter 5. Besides the live service, besides the cameos that a lot of people are not interested in, the gameplay being stale. The modes are not really, they're just generic, the modes. They're not as good as what other Mortal Kombat game modes were, other ones before this. Here's another reason why. So Endymion posted this about Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat 1's future DLC is canceled as sales underperform and the expansion Chaos Regimes fails to meet expectations. This is what happens when you let Sweet Baby Inc. work on your fighting game. There you go. Sweet Baby Inc. did work on Mortal Kombat 1, which turned off a lot of people. When they found out they had the game, they were like,
What? What the fuck?
Sweet Baby Inc. is the kiss of death, and then goes ahead, checks notes, makes Sarax a woman and a lead character in an expansion, and ironically make her speak like she's from Wakanda. You get what you tolerate, NetherRealm. People are just sick and tired of race swap characters, gender swap characters. People are just sick and tired of that crap. You ask yourself, is Mortal Kombat the reason why it failed because it's woke? Maybe. There's other factors, like I said before, that could have been the reason why. But I think a woke game in general, if there's things that have woke elements to a game, doesn't mean the game is bad if gameplay holds up. DEI in a game that's fully pushed usually ends up to be a crappy game because they check off the boxes before they actually understand what makes a good game. Here you go. Here's another one by Mugen Lord. Wokeness makes an already bad game even worse. Wokeness won't stop a good game from succeeding if it delivers in gameplay, narrative, and respect the player's time. Yes, wokeness is bad in the game, and when they push the narrative, it's very annoying and it just turns a lot of people off. But if it's slightly there and it's well told and it's still playable and fun, it doesn't really matter. But the thing is now these days, when it's pushed so hard, the game suffers because of that. The gameplay suffers, the character, the art style, the story suffers, everything else suffers because you're checking off boxes. Everyone considers Street Fighter 6 woke, and yet it's a successful fighting game. Why is that? Some people believe Tekken 8 is woke, and yet it's a successful fighting game, regardless of how you feel about it. Mortal Kombat 1 is rumored to be canceling its third season and eventually stop supporting the game because of its poor sales with its expansion. So, all three games are considered woke. What makes Street Fighter 6 and Tekken 8 different in terms of its success compared to Mortal Kombat 1? Why are these two fighting games doing better than Mortal Kombat 1 despite of the three games being woke? Oh, here's Melanie Mack. I can't speak for everyone, but I bought Street Fighter 6 because it looked great and I really liked the style. The new Tekken looked okay, but I passed, and Mortal Kombat was so ugly, didn't even consider it for a moment. Again, it goes back to the art style. If the art style is not good and not attracting the characters, then it's a failure. When I saw Mortal Kombat 1, the face animations, everything for the game, it looked awkward and weird, and I didn't like it. It looked ugly, just like what Melly Max said here. Tekken looks cool. I really like the style for it. Looked awesome. And then Street Fighter just blew the style up. It has so much style, Street Fighter 6. People say Tekken 8 has some woke stuff. Street Fighter 6 has it. And so does Mortal Kombat. All of them have a little bit of that stuff in there. But does it destroy the gameplay? Does it destroy how fun the game is? Not really. Not really, right? You want a first impression on someone, you have to show them what kind of style, what charm it has. The art style of it has to look badass and interesting. But if it's lacking and looks ugly and some of these characters look weird, then yeah, that's just what happens, you know? Here's Mugen Lorn again. I bought both Street Fighter 6 and Tekken 8. Street Fighter 6 looks great in my opinion, compared to the style they had with Street Fighter 5. I haven't played much of Tekken 8, but the game is pretty solid. I'm more of a casual, so I can't speak for the hardcore fighting game players. There was no way I was going to waste my money on Mortal Kombat 1. I got into the closed beta and didn't like what I played, so it was a no-go for me. There you go. You can even see at EVO this year. Look where Mortal Kombat is. Mortal Kombat 1. The game also made its first EVO appearance with 641 entries.
Alrighty then.
Mortal Kombat has barely an entries. Look, Guilty Gear. This is a game like 4 years ago, 5 years ago. I don't know how long. It's an older game. Guilty Gear Strive. Look, 2,603. It can't even make 1,000. What are we doing here? Street Fighter 3, Third Strike. Oh my gosh, that's a retro game. That's an old one. Look, 1,100. King of Fighters was the least one. King of Fighters 15 was only 374. That game is probably not as popular as a lot of people think either. Mortal Kombat 1 for this amount and the top fighting game, the top 3 best fighting games of all time, 641. That's laughably bad. I remember seeing this and I couldn't believe it. And that was a sign that this game is going to be a flop. This game is a failure. Let's just see Steam DB real quick. Let's see at this moment how many people are playing Mortal Kombat 1. Players right now, Street Fighter 6, 7,557. Not too bad, not too bad. And all-time peak, 70,000. That's pretty good for a fighting game. Then again, fighting games are kind of niche. And then we got 5,500 for Tekken 8. All-time peak, 49,977. Almost 50,000. And then we got the lowest of the low with 38,129 all-time. And right now, players playing 2,161.
That's no good.
There you go, guys. These are big numbers for Tekken and Street Fighter. But Mortal Kombat, not doing so well. A lot of factors are happening here. Why Mortal Kombat is failing. We know now why it's failing. We know it needs to actually understand and go back to the roots of what Mortal Kombat used to be. If not, someone will take Mortal Kombat's name and make it better. Someone will take it, hopefully make it better, because NetherRealms apparently can't do it. Maybe go back to Midway. Oh wait, Midway is no more. What do you guys think though overall about this whole thing? Let me know in the comments below. I thank you so much for watching this long. And if you didn't like this video, I still thank you so much for watching this long. Till the next time, guys, have a good one all. I'll see you soon.